Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 5, Text 26. This chapter is entitled The Meeting of Nanda Maharaj and Vasudeva. Kachet Pashavyam Nirujam Kachet Pashavyam Nirujam Bhuri Ambu Trina Virudham Bhuryambutrina Virudham Brihat Vanam Tat Aduna Brihad Vanam Tad Aduna Yatra Ase Tvam Suhrut Vritaha Yatra Se Tvam Suhrut Vritaha Kachit Pashavyam Nirujam Bhuryam Bhutrina Virudham Brihadvanam Tad Aduna Yatra Setvam Suhrut Vritaha. Kachit, weather. Pashavyam, protection of the cows. Nirujam, without difficulties or disease. Bhuri, sufficient. Ambu, water. Trina, grass. Virudham, plants. Brihat Vanam, the great forest. Tat, all these arrangements are there. Adhuna, now. Yatra, where. Ase, are living. Tvam, you. Suhrut Vritaha, surrounded by friends. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhaicharanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. My dear friend Nanda Maharaj, in the place where you are living with your friends, is the forest favorable for the animals, the cows? I hope there is no disease or inconvenience. The place must be full of water, grass and other plants. Can you repeat the translation? My dear friend Nanda Maharaj, in the place where you are living with your friends, is the forest favorable for the animals, the cows? I hope there is no disease or inconvenience. The place must be full of water, grass and other plants. Purport. For human happiness, one must care for the animals, especially the cows. Vasudeva therefore inquired whether there was a good arrangement for the animals where Nanda Maharaj lived. For the proper pursuit of human happiness, there must be arrangements for the protection of cows. This means that there must be forests and adequate pasturing grounds full of grass and water. If the animals are happy, there will be an ample supply of milk from which human beings will benefit by deriving many milk products with which to live happily. As enjoined in Bhagavad Gita 18.44, Krishi Gorakshya Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. Without giving proper facilities to the animals, how can human society be happy? That people are raising cattle to send to the slaughterhouse is a great sin. By this demoniac enterprise, people are ruining their chance for a truly human life. Because they are not giving any importance to the instructions of Krishna, the advancement of their so-called civilization resembles the crazy efforts of men in a lunatic asylum. Thus ends the Bhaktivinoda purport and translation to Canto 10, Chapter 5, Text 26 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnanathimirantasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. In this verse, we can see the concern Vasudeva had towards the animals, especially the cows. Because the primary duty of the king is to give protection to his citizens. That's his primary duty. To take care of the citizens. And therefore all the other qualities of the king or the kshatriya actually is surrounding this primary quality of giving protection to his citizens. Citizens means anybody who takes birth in the kingdom of the king. That means there are human beings who take birth and there are animals also who take birth. Therefore the king has the responsibility of giving protection and care and supplying all the necessities of life for both the human beings, animals, birds, beasts, everyone who is living in his kingdom. So we can see here, Vasudeva is inquiring about the welfare of the animals, especially the cows. So here we see Kachit, whether, it's an inquiry. Kachit, whether. Aduna yatra ase tvam suhrit vritaha. He is asking whether. Yatra ase tvam means you, O Nanda Maharaj, tvam. Yatra ase, aduna yatra ase. Now in the place where you are living, suhrit vritaha, surrounded by friends. You are living with your friends. So whether in the place where you are living with your friends, Brihatvanam Bhuri, is the forest favorable for the animals, especially the cows? There are 12 forests in Vrindavan, and Nanda Maharaj is living in one of the forests. So he's inquiring whether the Brihatvana, whether the forest, Bhuri, is very favorable for Pashavyam. Very favorable for the animals, the cows. And Nirujam, I hope that there is no disease or inconvenience for the animals. Just like we have medical hospitals for treating the human beings and keeping their comfort. Similarly, is there any arrangement that all the animals are taken care, protected, and there is no disease or inconvenience for the animals? And if there should be no disease or inconvenience for the animals, then what provision or arrangement must be there? That Vasudeva is describing. Very simple arrangement. Ambu trina virudham. Only 3 things are needed for the animals to live very happily and comfortably. The place must be full of water, ambu. Trina, lot of grass must be growing. And virudham, lot of plants. For the animals to feed on, they only want water, grass and small plants. That's all. Whether there is sufficient arrangement, whether all these arrangements are there, tat. What's the use the word tat? Whether all these arrangements are there in your forest, have you taken care? So, if human beings have to be happy, Prabhupada explains, one must care for the animals, especially the cows. And if you don't care for the animals, and especially the cows, then there's no possibility of human happiness. If one thinks only human beings have the right to enjoy in this world and remain happy in this world and exploit all the resources of nature for his enjoyment and happiness and comfort and security, he is sinful. This Upanishad says very clearly, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat tena tektena bunjita ma grida kasya svidhanam. This entire universe or cosmos at large is the creation of God and under the ownership of God. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Whatever is there in the universe is owned by the Lord. Ishavasyam. He is the single proprietor. And the Lord has made all arrangements in the universe for living very comfortably without hard work. Everybody can live at the cost of God's expense, God's arrangement. Equally, human beings and non-human beings. Human beings are very small in number. They are the least populated in the creation. Although we think there are 800 crore human beings on the earth, they are the least populated. The other species are the maximum population. Birds, beasts, reptiles, aquatics, so on and so forth. There are 84 lakh species, of which only 400,000 form human beings. 80 lakh species are non-human beings. So, it is not that this creation is made by God only for the human beings to enjoy. Then he becomes selfish. Then he becomes liable to be punished. Tena tyaktena bunjita ma grida kasya svidhanam. You cannot steal God's property, everything for yourself. If you do so, you are liable to be punished. And human society should not make arrangements only for his comfort. And that's what we are all doing. With all our developed intelligence, evolved intelligence, we are making all arrangements for human beings to live comfortably and not caring for the animals. And the most sad part is, forget caring for the animals. Even if you don't care, the Lord has made all arrangements for its care. We should not interfere in the animal's life cycle. That's all. That's the only needed thing. We should not interfere in their life. Forget caring and making arrangements for the protection of the animals, food for the animals, as Vasudeva is concerned. We are making arrangements for slaughterhouses, for killing animals, including cows, where there is a great warning as far as cow is concerned. And still we dare cross God's laws and kill the cows. And maintain a slaughterhouse, mechanized system, technological system to systematically kill cows for meat purpose. It's extremely sinful. And therefore, because the animals, including the cows, are also being killed in millions every day, there must be regular world wars. There's no possibility of avoiding world wars and mass extinction of human beings. Like we had the corona a few years back. It is a necessity and it will happen. Once again it will happen, and again and again. Because the laws of God are very strict. You cannot escape God's laws. We have to be punished. Because human beings are becoming very selfish day by day, concerned only about their enjoyment, not caring for anybody. So, that's why Prabhupada says, for human happiness, one must care for the animals, especially the cows. Whether there is good arrangement for the animals. Where Nanda Maharaj lived, Vasudeva is inquiring even from a personality like Nanda Maharaj. So serious it is. So there must be forests. We should not eliminate forests from the lands. And there must be adequate pasturing grounds full of grass and water, so that animals are happy. And when they are happy, especially the cow, it will supply good amount of milk, from which human beings will benefit by deriving many milk products with which to live happily. That is why, if you see, there are unlimited references in this regard, how much the Lord is concerned about protection of animals, especially the cows. He is also concerned with the protection of human beings, no doubt. As far as protection of the animals and cows are concerned, therefore Krishna has openly expressed his wish in the Bhagavad Gita like this. Krishi Gorakshya Vanijyam. Krishna has expressed his interest in the animals. In the 18th chapter, text 44, Krishi Gorakshya Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Svabhavajam. And Krishna has given this in charge for the Vaishyas. Vaishya Karma Svabhavajam. He is designated as a Vaishya's occupation, profession, to take care of the cows and agriculture. There are many other references as far as Krishna expressing his interest and his instruction in this regard. Just like the famous prayer we pray, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. So this prayer indicates that Krishna is always concerned about the welfare of the cows and brahmanas. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Hitaya means welfare, well-being. Prabhupada explains one place. Interestingly, in the verse, first comes cows, then the brahmanas. So cows are given so much importance. They're equated on the level of brahmanas, and sometimes more important than the brahmanas. For the simple reason, if there are no cows, there are no brahmanas in human society. Brahmanas will cease to exist, will become extinct if the cows become extinct. Because Brahminical intelligence is developed by consuming cow products. If there is no cow products, there is no possibility of Brahminical intelligence. It will die. Brahminical intelligence dies means actually Brahmanas are dead. There is no Brahman in the society. That means this leads to extinction of Vedic life, Vedic civilization. Because if there's no Brahmanas, there's no Vedic civilization. Because the Brahmanas are the ones who ensure Vedic standards, Vedic culture, Vedic life, Vedic education, and the goal of life as described and instructed by the Vedas, not by scholars and speculators, mental speculators. No. Vedas dictate the goal of life, not a human being, not a businessman, not a corporate, not a philosopher. Vedas dictate the goal of human life and direct the human beings towards achieving that goal of life. So if there's no Brahmana, who's going to teach? Just like if there's no maths teacher, maths will become extinct. Just use common sense. If there is no medical education, then there is no more medicine or doctor. Just think about it. There's no Brahmana. We have the question of Vedic education. Brahmana or Vaishnava. Nothing to do with caste here. If there's no professor of medicine, who is going to teach medicine to the students and make doctors, future doctors, and uphold medical science and treatment? The whole knowledge and practice will be lost. Similarly, because of the absence of Brahmanas, qualified Brahmanas in Kali Yuga, the Vedic education is almost in the state of extinction. Actually, I mean to say pure, original Vedic education. So Prabhupada, in the modern times, the attempt had always been made by the Acharyas. Sripad Ramanujacharya, Sripad Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbharak Acharya, then the Goswamis of Vrindavan, and up to Srila Prabhupada in the modern times. Prabhupada has painstakingly given all his Bhakti Vedanta translations and purports which house the original purpose, internal purpose of the Vedas and the Supreme Lord and the previous Acharyas. Then only the human society will have the effect of practicing and hearing these Vedic instructions. There will be no effect otherwise. That means there will be no impact. That means nobody will change their perceptions, perspectiveness, character, goal of life. They will not change. You will read Bhagavad Gita for 100 years, but you will not change. You will read Bhagavatam for 100 years, you will not change. You will chant, you will not change. Because it has to be received from the Acharya, bona fide source. There must be purity in the message, in the instructions. So therefore, it has to be received from the Acharya. So Prabhupada painstakingly has written this without sleeping. Day and night he has written. So therefore, for our advantage. So therefore, protecting this Vedic knowledge is very important, for which the existence of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas is very important on the earth, and for which cows are very important. and for which pasturing grounds, forests are very important. You see how everything is linked. And in the creation of God, all arrangements are complete and replete. Replete means sufficient. That's why the word is used. Buri here. Whether everything is sufficient? Yes. Isopanishad declares, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate Purnascha Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Ishopanishad declares everything is complete in God's creation. Nothing is short. Just like in a family, one place Prabhupada explains, there are children in the family, and the father makes all arrangements for the family, for the children. Their clothing, their education, their food, their happiness, their protection, everything. The father makes all arrangements for his family. If an ordinary father can make all arrangements, how much can the Supreme Lord make? You think the Lord is incapable of making arrangements, sufficient arrangement? We think of shortage. There is overpopulation of human beings. All kinds of speculations we do. How there can be overpopulation? Even if there is overpopulation, the Lord will make arrangement. Just like I got married. Okay, somebody got married. Sorry. Somebody got married. So after 1 year, they have a child. The second year, they have a second child. Third year, they have a third child. Fourth year, they have a child. Every year, they will have a child. So 10 years, they'll have 10 children. The father will make arrangement. There's no problem. It is not that, oh, I can only maintain one child. I can't maintain the other 9 children. So let me discard them. Let me wind up their existence. Let me dispatch them. Or give them to an orphanage. No father does that. If more children are there, he will make arrangement. You ordinary fathers of this world are making arrangement. Krishna is the Supreme Father. See the bell rang. He has unlimited capacity to make arrangements. Unlimited resources Krishna has got. Everything you see is a resource of the Lord. That is described in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Texts 4 and 5. Particularly text 4. Text 5 describes about us. So Krishna has made unlimited arrangements. See, human beings, we have very limited arrangements. We need very limited arrangements, and our requirements are very limited, actually. If you take 84 lakh species, what are the arrangements? As you require clothing, shelter, place for living, food, everything. Every species also requires place to stay, food, varieties of arrangements, defense, everything. As you need, every species needs. Are you producing any food for any other species other than for yourself? As a human being? No. We're not producing or making any arrangements. But the Lord has made. But birds, beasts, reptiles, aquatics, everybody has made arrangement for their unique requirements. You see the fish food we have. Some we have the pigeons. There's the pigeon food. You're not manufacturing anything. Aquatics, there are 9 lakh aquatics. You only know one fish food, that's all. How many varieties? I don't know really. Maybe some few varieties. 9 lakh varieties are there. And are you producing that much quantity? 9 lakh varieties, and in each species, the unlimited occupancy. Human being is one category, right? Male, female. Unlimited males, unlimited females, right? Like that fish, unlimited fishes. Starfish, unlimited starfishes. Jellyfish, unlimited jellyfishes. Everything is unlimited in number. Because God is unlimited, everything is unlimited. His arrangements are also unlimited. Only we should not disturb those arrangements. That's all. So don't think that there is a problem and shortage, either in human society or animal society. No. But we should not disturb these arrangements, then we'll be in trouble. So that's why Krishna, his primary concern is Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. When the cows and Brahmanas are protected, whole human society will prosper even materially. and further to that spiritually. In the Bhagavad Gita, again Krishna, to stress the importance of cows in particular, he says in the 10th chapter, Dhenunam asmi kamaduk. Among the cows, I am Surabhi, who is fulfiller of all wishes. So Krishna is saying, among the cows, I am Surabhi. So Krishna is again stressing, highlighting the importance of the cows. Cow is also considered one of our mothers as per Vedic analysis. As per Vedic analysis, there are 7 kinds of mothers. 7 mothers are there, not just the mother who gave birth to you. No, there are 7 mothers as per Vedic analysis and understanding. And all the Vedic followers accept this. Who are they? So, Atma Mata, this is the first one we all know about. Our own mother who has given birth to this material body. Atma Mata. Then Guru Patni, the wife of the Guru. She is another mother. Then Brahmani, the wife of a Brahmin. Brahmana is another mother, the third one. Then Rajapatnika, the wife of a king or an emperor. She is mother of the entire kingdom or the empire, as the case may be. So Rajapatnika. Then Dhenu, cow. Then Datri, Mother Earth. Datri is nurse. Nurse. Then Dhatri, Dhenu Dhatri, Tata Prithvi. Prithvi means earth. Saptaite Mataras Britaha. This is 7 kinds of mothers. So all of them nourish the human society and even the animal society and all species. We can analyze this more deeply. Today I will not go into the analysis. You can think about it. So 7 kinds of mothers. So cow is also considered a mother. Earth is considered a mother because they are feeding us. That is why in the Bhagavatam, if you see in the 3rd canto, this very nice verse by Lord Vishnu. In the episode of the 4 Kumaras and Jaya and Vijaya. One statement the Lord makes in the 3rd canto, 16th chapter, text 10. The Brahmanas, the cows, and the defenseless creatures are my own body. Krishna is saying, Vishnu is saying. Those whose faculty of judgment has been impaired by their own sin, look upon these as distinct from me. They are just like furious serpents, and they are angrily torn apart by the bills of the vulture-like messengers of Yamaraj, the superintendent of sinful persons. That means those who look upon the cows, the brahmanas, and the defenseless creatures, that means the other animals, other species, separate from the Lord's body, that vision, that perception is considered sinful. Such a person who has this understanding or perception towards these creatures, these personalities, these entities, living entities, brahmanas, cows, and defenseless creatures, they are considered like furious serpents. And therefore, the messenger of Yamaraj are surely going to punish them. See what Krishna is saying. Meaning, so much concern the Lord has got to protect these living entities. That is why if you see summarizing, there are so many such references. Summarizing, Krishna and Balaram represent the protection of cows and advancement of agriculture. That's why Krishna has a flute and a stick to take care of the cows. And Krishna is always associated with cows. Surabhir abhipalayantam. Always he is seen, he is found to be spending more time with cows. Because if the cows are taken care, the whole human society will flourish. Therefore, Krishna is concerned about the cow's welfare. Because he is concerned about the Brahmana's welfare. Because he is concerned about the Kshatriya's welfare. Because he is concerned about the Vaishya's welfare. Because he is concerned about the Shudra's welfare. Because he is concerned about the lower than Shudra's welfare. And all starts from the welfare of the cow and Brahmanas. Brahmana means, a true Brahmana is actually a Vaishnava. Sometimes these terms are interchangeable. Because Vaishnava anyway is automatically a Brahmana. But Vaishnava is necessarily a Brahmana. And Brahmana must become a Vaishnava. Then he is properly situated. He has perfected his Brahminical life by becoming a Vaishnava or a devotee of Vishnu. So Krishna has got a flute and a stick to take care of the cows and cow care, and Balarama has a plow in his hand. That means to plow the land for food. Otherwise, where will you get food from? You will not get. The Lord is concerned. And therefore, Krishna and Balaram personally, they represent cow protection and agriculture, fostering agriculture. So, let us spend some time in understanding the, glories of the cow, which Krishna is stressing so much. The origin of the cow, the glories of the cow, and the wonderful, miracles of the cow. Because Prabhupada also spoke so much about this cow. So, where did this cow originate from? It is described very nicely in the Puranas about the origin of the cow. So Narayana is describing to Narad Muni. It's a discussion between Narayana and Narada. This is the discussion. So one day, Narayana said that the original mother of all cows is Surabhi in Goloka. So all the cows originate from Goloka, actually. And the mother of all the cows is Surabhi. That's why Krishna is Surabhi Rabipalayantam, as Brahma describes. He's always found to be caring for the cows, spending time with the cows. Surabhi Rabipalayantam. So she first appeared in Vrindavan from Goloka. So she came when Surabhi, the cow of the spiritual world, the original mother of all the cows, came to this material world first from Goloka. She stepped in Vrindavan. That was her first appearance in Vrindavana. It's in Uttar Pradesh, Mathura district. The story goes on like this. Once Radha Krishna was spending time in one of the forests in Vrindavan, and they sat down and they just desired to drink some milk. And immediately Lord Krishna manifested Surabhi from his left hand, from his left side. Then Surabhi gave birth to a calf named Manoratha. And Sudama Vipra, Krishna's childhood friend, Sudama was just nearby, in the proximity. Immediately Sudama brought one milk pot to collect milk, the first milk from this Surabhi. And he began to milk her. And this milk tasted just like nectar, beating the taste of nectar. And this milk had the properties of stopping the repetition of birth and death, whoever drank her milk. So then Krishna drank the milk, but while drinking the milk, somehow, of course, Yogamaya's own arrangement, somehow the milk pot slipped away from Krishna's hand and fell down on the floor of Vrindavan. So the milk spread all over the ground, the forest, and formed a lake of 100 yojanas on the ground. 100 yojanas wide, 100 yojanas long. 1 yojana is 8 miles. That means 800-mile lake it formed. And this lake was named as Kshira Sarovara in Goloka. And this became the principal spot of pastimes for Radha Krishna. All the sides of this lake was plastered, not with cement. Cement is a recent introduction. It was plastered with jewels. Then, again by the will of Krishna, suddenly innumerable Kamadhenus appeared. And that many gopis also appeared from the pores of these cows. And these cows had countless calves, and this is the origin of cows' population. The history of cows' evolution. And Krishna worshipped the Surabhi. We also see in Govardhan Puja, the next day after Deepavali, Krishna instituted the worship of the cows. We know that from the Govardhan Leela. So the cow is worshipped by the mantra Om Surabhai Namaha, the 6-syllable mantra. Elsewhere it is said in the Vedas, if one chants this mantra 100,000 times, all perfection is achieved in life. You will become a Siddha Purusha. And that is included in the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna is an all-inclusive mantra given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So you don't have to chant this necessarily. If you chant the Hare Krishna mantra, 100,000 times means 64 rounds. But Prabhupada has made that as 16 rounds. If we chant 16 rounds perfectly, nicely, we'll perfect our Krishna consciousness. There is another description. In different Puranas, in different times, different references are mentioned. In another occasion, in Lord Brahma tells to Narada Muni in the Padma Purana, first in this creation, in this material world, because Surabhi is always existing in the Goloka, but in this world, first the Vedas appeared from the mouth of the Supreme Lord, then the fire, then the cow, then the Brahmanas. So they directly appeared from the Supreme Lord. If the above 4 are not there, the world would have been destroyed. Actually a fact. You can analyze this. 4 things. Vedas, fire, cows and Brahmanas. If these 4 are not there, this world will cease to exist. You can also know the importance of the cow from Ramayana. Very important reference. In the Ramayana it is described, Vasishta Muni was given a very good reception. Vasishta Muni gave a very good reception to Vishwamitra and his 1 lakh soldiers who came to visit him because of one cow named Subala. So Vishwamitra was thinking, how is it that Vasishta is a Brahmin? He has no arrangements. He is not a Kshatriya, nor a Vaishya. How he could feed us and give such good hospitality? Myself with 1 lakh soldiers, how he could give a nice hospitality? How he could make nice arrangements for our food? He was surprised. So then he sent a word to find out. Then he understood it is because of this one single cow, Subala, which Vasishta Muni had. So, from this one cow, Vasishta Muni could prepare delicious foodstuffs to feed Vishwamitra and so many of his associates. So then, Vasishta Muni was requested by Vishwamitra to give that cow to him. And he said, I will pay. Vasishta Muni denied. Then Vishwamitra directly went to the cow and said, please come with me. I'll take care of you nicely. But the cow also cried, no, I'll not leave Vasishta. So I'm very happy with him. I'll not come. But Vishwamitra, little passionate, he dragged this Subala and took away from the ashram of Vasishta Muni. Then the cow, Subala, was crying to Vasishta, please protect me, please save me. Vishwamitra is taking me away. I don't want to go. I want to live with you, be with you. I'm very happy under your care. But Vasishta said what to do. Vishwamitra is very powerful, not able to do anything. At that time, the cow herself produced from her body innumerable yavanas, kasas, hunas. Means basically, the cow produced her own army and defeated all of Vishwamitra's 1 lakh soldiers and sent them away. So you can know the power of cow, what the cow can do. Again in Ramayana there is another nice reference wherein it is said that to get Lord Ramachandra as his son, Dashrath Maharaj donated 10 lakh cows by the order of Vasishta Muni. And Shringi, the Brahmin whom we hear, he did the sacrifice. And from the sacrifice, Agnidev, after the Homa was over, Agnidev personally came with a golden pot having sweet rice made from the milk of the cow, which was given to all the queens. And then all the queens honored this sweet rice, which we also make in ISKCON day. We make this sweet rice. And they all honored, and after that, the queens of Dashrath Maharaj were blessed with 4 divine sons: Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna. And it is said curd was a very favorite food of Lord Rama. And Lord Rama donated 4 lakh cows even before his marriage. And all those cows' horns were gold plated. Krishna was donating 13,054 cows daily when he was in Dwaraka. That was the kind of charity Krishna was doing. So, then when Lord Rama started ruling this world, this earth, planet, that time there was one poor Brahmin by name Trijata. He was a poor Brahmin. So he came begging alms from Lord Ramachandra, hoping that he will get something from Lord Rama, so that his children will be taken care of. Because he was very poor Brahmin, Trijata. Then Lord Rama took a stick and threw it at a distance. And it fell on the other side of the Sarayu river. And Lord Rama declared, whatever cows are there in this extent of land, up to the other shore of Sarayu, it is all yours. All the cows are yours. Take and become opulent and be happy. So like you can see how much the cows played an important role. It is also said in Ramayana that Lord Rama killed Tataka for the sake of protecting cows and Brahmanas. One more reason, important reason, why Lord Ramachandra killed Ravana. One is because of kidnapping Mother Sita. The second is on the issue of cow and cow protection and protection of Brahmanas. Because Ravana wanted to destroy and kill all the Brahmanas and cows. Therefore Lord Rama had to kill him. So like that there are unlimited references to the glories of this cow. One last pastime I would share and close. One day, Surabhi was drinking, the calf of Surabhi was drinking milk, and little foam of the milk fell on the head of Lord Shiva. Prajapati observed this. Prajapatis are those who are responsible for populating the universe. They are universal administrators also. So Prajapati observed this, and then he expressed his wonder. Oh, how fortunate, Lord Shiva, you are, that the foam of the cow's milk has, a drop from that has fallen upon your head. It's very auspicious. Then he said, the cow's milk is never contaminated, even when it is being drunk by the calf. Never will it become contaminated. Just like moon showers nectar, the cow's nectar is milk. It never becomes contaminated. The milk never becomes contaminated by the cow feeding her milk to her calf. Then Prajapati gave good number of cows to Lord Shiva. And he said, these cows will nourish the entire universe with their milk and ghee. So this is one pastime. And when Lord Shiva went to Lord Brahma, Brahma being very glad to receive Lord Shiva to his Brahmaloka, he wanted to give him a gift. When a friend comes or a relative comes, you generally give a gift. So when Lord Shiva went to Brahmaloka, Lord Brahma thought of giving some gift to Lord Shiva. And this gift was cows. He gave a lot of cows to Lord Shiva. So many cows that the opulence of heaven was diminished by the opulence of the cows donated to Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva became very happy. Since then he became renowned as Pashupati. This is how he got the name Pashupati. Lord Shiva's another name is Pashupati. And then Lord Shiva happily made bull his carrier. And therefore he became famous as Vrishabhadwaja. Vrishabhadwaja is another name of Lord Shiva. So as we see, Krishna and Balaram represent cows and bulls. Cow protection and agriculture. Agriculture means bulls. But that time it was bulls who were plowing the land. So here also we see that is why Shiva also is fond of cows, and he made his personal carrier as bull. You can imagine the importance of cows and bulls in Vedic culture. So therefore Vasudeva is inquiring here whether they are taken care of, and for which, whether the forest is favorable for the animals, and for which he is inquiring whether there is sufficient water, grass and other plants. So in this way the human society will prosper. I'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.